Hey, this is Mr. Wingo, and this is for Law 3, and we are discussing Developing the Leader Within You by John Maxwell. Just one note about copyright. Usually you should not copy other people's ideas and put them on the internet. However, I will be keeping this podcast private, and we have purchased one book for every kid, so we are not infringing copyright. Chapter 1 is about the definition of leadership. So this book is going to do lots of things for us. It's going to teach us all kinds of strategies, priorities, how to make sure we've got integrity, how do we create positive change, how do we solve problems, how do we keep good attitudes, how do we develop people, how do we keep vision, and then of course self-discipline is last. First, though, we're going to talk about what a leader is and John Maxwell's kind of take on that. And it's basically this, that you can be elected to a position, but that does not make you a leader. You could be a teacher in a class, but that doesn't make you a leader. He would say that the definition of leadership is influence. Getting other people to believe new ways, to try things new ways, to follow you in ways that are influential rather than forcing them to do it. Helping people to see that they want to do things. They want to do things your way, and they want to follow you. So most people would say that a leader is somebody that's been elected to this position and they're in charge, and you got to do what they say. But John would say no, that the definition that most people would say is to the ability to achieve a position and not to get followers. Therefore, they go after position, rank, or title, and upon their arrival, they think that they've become a leader. But that is a problem because now you have status and you're trying to force people to do something that they don't already want to do. So throughout this book, we're talking as far as leadership is concerned, we're talking about influence. But there is a note here to be careful that we do influence the people around us and that people watch those people that they trust. So if that's you, if people trust you and watch you and are influenced by you, be careful. If you give up, if you get lazy, if you get mad, or if you aren't growing every day by walking uphill, then those people that are watching are going to make that same choice. And that's on you because you influenced them. So what kind of influencer will you be? Will you be influencing people to move on up that mountain? Or will you be one that coasts and slides backwards every few days? People are watching, and if you do it, then it's almost like giving them permission to do it too. So there are 5 levels of leadership. The first level is positional. So that kind of a person would be appointed to a position, they're in control because they're a boss. But I want to give you a few contrasts he mentions. He says the boss inspires fear, while a leader inspires enthusiasm. A boss says I, the leader says we. The boss says go, and the leader says let's go. People will not follow a positional leader beyond their stated authority. So if you're in charge because you're the boss, they're only going to follow you to that level. They're not going to follow you beyond it. However, once you move up to a level 2, that is a permission leader. So a permission leader, as a guy named Fred Smith says, is that leadership is getting people to work for you when they are not obligated. So that's only going to happen when you climb to a second level of influence. Leadership begins with the heart and not with the head. It flourishes with a meaningful relationship, not mere regulation. You can love people without leading them, but you cannot lead people without loving them. There's a caution here to not skip this level, that you need to stay in the permission level, whether you're been doing it for 20 years or not. You want people to work for you because they want to. You want people to follow you because they want to. Now, level 3 would be what Maxwell calls the production level. Now, everybody is following along and lots of things are getting done, goals are being met. That's level 3, production. In level 4, it's called people development, and that would be a leader who's trying to develop other leaders. So a leader is great not because of his or her power, but because of his or her ability to empower others. So as a leader, once we reach level 4, and we keep level 1 and level 2 and level 3, but once we get up to level 4, we're looking to empower other people to be leaders also. Followers of these kinds of leaders are loyal because they know that you're trying to help them to become the best that they can be, and they appreciate that, and they'll stick with you. You win people's hearts by helping them grow personally. Then the next level, level 5, is called personhood. So he says, even here, there's like 2 sentences in the book. He says, only a lifetime of proven leadership will allow us to sit at level 5 and reap the awards that are eternally satisfying. Someday he hopes to sit atop this level. So you have 5 positions again. You have level 1 leadership, which is position. Level 2, permission. Level 3, production. Level 4, people development. Level 5, personhood. So he has a couple notes here on climbing those ladders. He says that the higher you go, the longer it will take. The higher you go, the higher the level of commitment. That means you have to get more and more intentional with what you do as you climb up. But the higher you go, the easier it is to lead. So there's things to be aware of at each level and things that you can do to be successful at each level. So please know these, and you should start applying some of them now, regardless of what level you're on. So a level 1 leader, those are the ones that have position and have the right to tell us what to do. It says that you should know your job description thoroughly, be aware of the history of the company or organization, relate the organization's histories to the players of the organization, the people that are on that team. Relate that history to the people currently there. Accept responsibility. Do your job with consistent excellence. Do more than people expect of you, and offer creative ideas for change and for improvement. Level 2, the permission level, possess a genuine love for people. Make those who work with you more successful. See through other people's eyes. Love people more than procedures. Do win-win or don't do it. We'll study that in a little bit. Include others in your journey and deal wisely with difficult people. Level 3 is production. At that level, you should initiate and accept responsibility for growth, develop and follow a purpose statement or a vision, make your job description and energy an integral part of the statement of purpose, develop accountability for results, beginning with yourself. Know and do the things that give a high return. Communicate the strategy and vision of the organization. Become a change agent and understand timing. Make the difficult decisions that will make a difference. For level 4, for developing other people, people development. Realize that people are your most valuable asset. Place a priority on developing people. Be a model for others to follow. Pour your leadership efforts into the top 20% of your people. Expose key leaders to growth opportunities. Be able to attract other winners or producers to your common goal. And surround yourself with an inner core that complements your leadership. And then in level 5, personhood or respect, that we won't get to, at least not this year, your followers are loyal and sacrificial, and you have spent many years mentoring and molding leaders. You've become a statesman and are sought out by others. Your greatest joy comes from watching other people grow and develop, and you transcend the organization. That's it for chapter 1. So you'll know if you would do well on a quiz that if you can answer the following questions. Leadership is. Number 2, the 5 levels of leadership are. What level am I currently on with most people? What level am I currently on with other influencers? You may have some other questions too based on, those were just the questions at the end of his chapter, but there will be some other questions based on what John Maxwell says in his short 23-minute video that I have for you on YouTube. Good luck, and we will continue working on everything that we just talked about throughout the rest of this book. We are already on page 19. So next chapter is chapter 2, Priorities.